Welcome to what we're calling the 2020 KRAISMAN Quiz. All right, here's how it works. You can play along at home. I'm going to take the stories that made headlines this year. I'm going to ask our contestants related trivia questions. And guys, we've got some special ones tonight. Joining us today, co-host of Spicer and Company, weekdays at 6 p.m., that is Lindsay Keith. And host of the Benny Report, Benny Johnson, joining us live. Also the host of Saturday Report, Saturdays at 1 p.m., that's none other than Joe Pinion. And the host of America Right Now, Tom Basile. Check him out Saturdays at 11 a.m. Good luck to everyone. It's good to see all of you here. Happy New Year's Eve to all. I want to explain really quickly how the rules work. Each contestant has cards with A, B, C, or D on them. This is multiple choice. I'll ask you the question. You'll hold up your answer. Now, don't say it out loud because I don't want the other contestants to hear you. May the best host win. We'll dive right in. First question. In October, a member of the media asked Joe Biden a really tough question. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Well, former First Lady Dolly Madison is widely credited with making ice cream popular at the White House. The question is, what was her favorite ice cream flavor? Here are your choices. Was it A, vanilla, B, sea salt, C, sweet corn, or D, oyster? You can show me your answers.
Whoa. Those sound disgusting. Like I wasn't eating ice cream in like the 1800s. Jeez.
Who you're talking to, Benny?
All right, we've got the answers here. Tom Basile, you did a little disappearing act. There you go. Okay, so we've got two A's, so vanilla there for Joe Pinion, vanilla for Benny Johnson. Tom Basile says D, oyster, and I believe so does Lindsay Keith. She says oyster as well. Guess what? The answer is D, oyster. The fourth First Lady was said to have a fondness for ice cream prepared with fresh Potomac oysters. How about that?
Like oysters in it? Or
Lindsay, how did you know that?
Well, it was the weirdest one on there, so I was like, no one's going to say, oyster ice cream. It has to be it.
Tom Basile, you seem to know about this as well. Did you actually know, or did you take the same guess?
No, that was actually served at the White House. It was the first time that ice cream had been served at the White House in history, and it was oyster-flavored ice cream.
Look at this. We're all learning something together. We wouldn't have known. I appreciate that coming on. This is going to be exciting stuff. All right, we dusted it off. Are we ready for the next question here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right,
yep.
let's go ahead and do it. The second question is this. At midnight, the ball will drop in New York's Times Square to welcome in 2021. And though this year the festivities are going to be closed to the public. Question is, what year was the first time there was a ball drop in Times Square? Here are your choices. Was it A, 1907, B, 1912, C, 1921, or was it D, 1928? Where was the first time? When was the first time the ball dropped in Times Square? A, 1907, B, 1912, C, 1921, or D, 1928? You may show me your answers. All right, we've got those three. Tom Basile, I need your answer, sir. There it is. Okay. Lindsay Keith says A. We've got Joe Pinion at C. We've got Benny Johnson with C and Tom Basile at A. 1907. The answer is A. 1907. Again, those winners back-to-back. Lindsay Keith. The ball has been lowered every year since 1907, with the exceptions of 1942 and 1943, when the ceremony was suspended due to the wartime dim-out of the lights in New York City. Tom Basile, who showed you the answers to these questions is what I want to know.
Hey,
okay.
New Yorker, you got to know these things.
Apparently you do. Benny.
1907. The reason why I should have guessed that is because that was the first year Joe Biden was in the Senate. That was when Joe Biden was elected to the Senate for the first year, and why didn't I know that?
Okay, this could be the end for someone on this show. For a couple of you here, the final question. Are we ready to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to it. The third and final question is this. The president fortunately ended up having a quick hospital stay at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. The hospital complex's namesake, U.S. Army Major Walter Reed, M.D., is best known for his study of what disease? Here are your options. Was it A, malaria, B, scurvy, C, bubonic plague, or was it D, yellow fever? Walter Reed, best known for study of what disease?
What are those options again?
Your options are, Joe Pinion, A, malaria, B, scurvy, C, bubonic plague, or D, yellow fever. All right, we've got everyone. Tom Basile, yours? Okay, you've got B. Okay, Benny Johnson says D. Joe Pinion says D. Lindsay Keith says A. The answer is D. Benny Johnson came out on that one, so did Joe Pinion. Dr. Reed.
Benny and I clearly went to the same school together. We have all the same answers. So.
You have the. I was going to say the same thing. You guys studied together here. Let me just jump into
Joe Pinion's the most fashionable guy on the network. I'm on.
Do you see that he does that, by the way? His double Windsor. I always see that. I mean, he's got it. I can't do it. My neck's too small.
Incredible eye envy. Look at that. Look at the difference. The difference.
You have to have an oversized head to go with the oversized knot. So
oh, there it is. You got to have the big head in TV, I guess. So let me just read this really quick. Dr. Reed led a team that confirmed the theory that yellow fever is spread by mosquito rather than direct contact. In addition to saving countless lives, his team's work to help speed up the construction of the Panama Canal. All right, so happening right now, we are tallying up these answers to see who's going to move on to the final round of this competition. Before we do, Lindsay, tell us something we don't know. Do you have a date for New Year's Eve?
Oh, that's a great question. I do, actually. I have a great date. It's my little niece, who is amazing. She is 6, and she's cooking for me. So I have an awesome date tonight. I was pretty excited about that. And I'm hanging out with you guys, so what could be better than that? But yeah, Shaun and I have a lot of fun on the show. We thank everyone for joining us this year. It's been a blast. And I know he wishes he could be here taking this quiz as well, but he just didn't want me to school him. So.
Exactly. I was going to say, that's what's going to, you would show him up. Best to your niece. I hope you guys have an awesome time. Hang out with us. We're so happy that all of you are watching right now. So are you guys ready to find out who the winner is? Are you ready for that?
Right.
The winners of round 1, give it up for Lindsay Keith and Tom Basile. Congratulations, you guys have won this thing. You're heading on to the final round. All right, we're going to see you then. Great job to everyone. It was so much fun spending this time with you. Remember? Welcome back to the 2020 KRAISMAN Quiz. This is round 2, and it's a lot of fun, so play along at home. Here's how it works, though. I'm going to break it down for you. First, we're going to take the stories that made the headlines this year. Then we're going to get to ask our very beautiful contestants related trivia questions, just like we did before. This is our second round. Joining us for the second round are these beautiful faces, the host of Stinchfield, weeknights at 8 p.m., Grant Stinchfield. Also the host of the Mark Halperin Focus Group, Mark Halperin himself. And the co-host of National Report weekdays at 9 a.m., Emma Reckenberg, joining us live here on the program. And the host of the Chris Salcedo Show weekdays at 5 p.m., he is Chris Salcedo. Best of luck to all 4 contestants. We're going to chat with you in just a bit, but first, let's dive right in. Here's the first question. Cartoonist Thomas Nash is credited with creating both the Republican and Democratic symbols. You recognize them as the elephant and the donkey, respectively, when he lampooned the political parties. In which publication? Where did you see him? Was it A, Saturday Evening Post, B, Harper's Weekly, C, Vanity Fair, or D, the Harvard Lampoon? And I'll give you those choices one more time. Was it A, Saturday Evening Post, B, Harper's Weekly, C, Vanity Fair, or D, Harvard Lampoon? You'll hold up your letters now. Grant says A. Mark Halperin says A. Salcedo says B. Emma Reckenberg says B. The answer is B. Harper's Weekly. Emma, Chris Salcedo win that one. His political cartoons were published in 1864, and soon people everywhere began using those symbols to represent the parties. There, Grant Stinchfield, where are you at, buddy?
Somebody check if Salcedo's using a computer. I want to know if Salcedo's using a computer.
Speak up.
I am not, dude. That was her. I'll admit, complete guess on my part. It just seemed to make sense with the time period.
Emma Reckenberg, you came out swinging on that one.
You know, I'm going to be honest, that was a lucky guess there. But again, you know what? Off to a good start. I'm hoping 2021 is just as lucky.
So congrats to you. I have to ask, Emma, we work together every single day. I did not ask you this, but do you have a New Year's resolution? And what is it if you do?
Oh my goodness. New Year's resolution for 2021 is just smile more. And it sounds simple because, Shaun, I'm keeping the bar pretty low for where we can start for the new year. I don't know, just engage in things that will make me happier, whether it be calling and hanging out with friends or connecting with family, seeing new things. I'm hoping 2021 brings the opportunity to just bring some more light into this.
Well, you
world.
never call me. I never get any texts from you. None of that.
Shaun, we hang out 3 hours a day.
You need more Kreisman time. That's what we need.
I guess so.
All right, let's go around the table, though. Grant, do you have a resolution for 2021?
Of course I do. I haven't played enough poker this year, and so my new resolution is to play more poker, and I want to smoke more cigars. I used to enjoy cigars, so this year I'm going to smoke more of them this year.
Are you going to
cigars and poker?
You have to invite Mark Halperin, though. You know, he may want a piece of that. Mark Halperin, he's going to play some poker, smoke some cigars. Do you have any healthy New Year's resolutions on yours?
Shaun, I got two. The first is either eat less or get bigger clothes, one or the other, because something's got to give. And then second is a more serious one. I'm going to practice the presumption of grace. I'm going to extend to everybody the presumption of grace. That includes Grant, which is where I am truly tested.
Well, that's very polite of you, Chris Salcedo.
I'm not taking up that resolution. I'm not taking it up. I'm not taking that one up.
Salcedo,
ruin the program.
Yeah, hey, you know, Kreisman, I think this year I'm going to try to set my goals realistically. I'm going to do something I can achieve this year. So I'm going to propose that I eat more. I'm going to propose that I have a few more drinks than usual, and the cigar says something to me. I think I might go with that. I know I can. Those are achievable goals. I'm going to plan on eating more.
I can't wait for Salcedo. You know, I listen to him on the
fun.
radio. He's got his sponsor is a weight loss company, and now he's telling him he's going to eat
You're
more.
working against yourself.
Chris, I'm rooting for you, brother.
You're working against yourself. All right, I'll get back to it here, but it sounds like we're on to something with the cigar smoking there with you two guys. I think we can make something happen here. But let's move on to the second round. You guys can redeem yourselves still. Okay, here's the second question. If you're playing along at home, President Trump's third Supreme Court pick, Amy Coney Barrett, was confirmed in October. But who was the youngest person appointed to be Chief Justice of the Supreme Court? Here are your options. Was it A, John Jay, B, Salmon P. Chase, C, Earl Warren, or D, John Roberts? When you're ready, show me your answers. Okay, Emma says C, Chris says D, Grant says D, Mark Halperin says A. The answer is A, John Jay. Mark Halperin wins that round, the solo winner. The first Chief Justice was 44 years old when President George Washington asked him to serve in September 1789. Washington called the position of Chief Justice the keystone of our political fabric. Mark Halperin, I think sometimes...
You know, I went to John Jay High School, by the way. I went to John Jay High School.
You
Me
did?
and Roger Stone, not the same class, but went to John Jay High School. I should have gotten it.
We thought you would come through,
I
Mark
wasn't
Halperin.
studying in high school.
I went with John Jay because of life expectancy. I figured, how old could he have been?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's the way to answer these questions. You got to continue to work through it. So, by the way, though, the producers, they're in the back right now. They're tabulating this whole entire thing. So we're going to find out who the winner is in just a bit. But first, you have to answer the third and what could be the final question. Unless there's a tiebreaker, in which we're prepared for that. So, you guys ready to do this? The last one.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Let's redeem ourselves. Who's going to make it to the final round? This could determine the whole thing. And here it is. We continue to highlight that 2020 marks the centennial anniversary of the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which gave women the right to vote. In fact, in 1919, Congress passed the 18th Amendment. Question is, what did the 18th Amendment do? Here are your options. Is it A, gave D.C. the right to vote for president? B, abolished the poll tax? C, prohibited alcohol sales? Or D, amended income tax laws? You may show me your answers. Emma goes with C. Mark Halprin says C. Chris Salcedo says B. Stinchfield says C. I'll tell you this, 3 of the 4 of you are right. The answer is C, prohibited alcohol sales. The 18th Amendment established prohibition, which was put into action the following year. And by the way, it's the only amendment to have been repealed, which happened nearly 15 years later with the passage of the 21st Amendment on December 5th, 1933. I wonder where my drinkers are out there.
I have to say something.
Shaun, that led into the roaring 20s.
I know. Grant.
I specifically said to one of the bigwigs at Newsmax, do not give us tests about amendments. And guess what comes up? A question about amendments.
You know that's going to happen, Grant. You tell them not to do something, they're going to throw you a curveball.
At least I got it right.
Yes, you did. Chris Salcedo, I think they left you out on that one. You're going to, one of your resolutions, I think you said earlier on the show, was you're going to have to drink more. And I'm going to tell you, after that answer, there it is. You're going to have to do it.
There it is.
Listen.
Yeah, I think that was it. That eliminated. I'm eliminated. So that means what?
That's right. Here we go. I'm going to announce the winners right now. All right, the winners of round 2, Mark Halprin and Emma Reckenberg with 2 points apiece to them. Congratulations. You guys are going to head on to the final round right after the new year starts. But great job to all of you. We had so much fun on this show. A great time to be had. Real quick, I have to ask you, Mark Halprin, before you go, how are you spending your New Year's Eve tonight?
I'm trying to get my son to stay up till midnight by prodding him with different sugary snacks.
That's all you got to do. Grant Sitfield, big plan tonight?
I'm recruiting producers at Newsmax to not accept the results of this quiz deal.
Oh, Rudy.
And so we're going to object to the end results.
He wants a recount. He wants a signature verification process, the whole entire thing. Chris Salcedo, how are you spending it?
Well, we have a tradition of playing a game of Risk, me and my family. We play Risk to stay up because it's usually, 6-7 hour games. So I had to stop down to come into the studio, say hi to y'all. Then I'm going back and I'm dominating in Risk. That was where I left it, and I'm going to go back to my world domination.
All right, there he goes. Trivia's not his thing, but Risk is. Board games. Emma Reckenberg, before we go, tell us how to spend New Year's the right way. What is Emma doing?
You know what, Shaun? I'm getting on a flight to Florida right now where everything's open, the bars are open, the party is going wild. No, I'm kidding. I'm here in New York City, and we don't have that option, unfortunately. So I will be staying in, and I will be virtually connecting with my family, going to set up a little nice FaceTime call, and maybe give them a cheers with champagne.
All right, and the winners of round 2 are Mark Halprin and Emma Reckenberg with 2 points apiece. Congratulations to both of you. You two are heading on to our final round right after the New Year starts. We're going to see you there, but great job to the rest of our players. All right, welcome back to the 3rd round of the 2020 KRAISMAN Quiz. Can you do it? Well, here's how it works. If you remember correctly, I'm going to take the stories that made headlines this year. We're going to ask our beautiful 4 contestants the related trivia questions. Joining us for the very final round, these are your champions here. They're back. Those faces, you know them, and they're going to be competing here. They're the champions from round 1. We have co-host of Spicer & Company weekdays at 6 p.m., Lindsay Keith, along with the host of America Right Now, Saturdays at 11 a.m. That is Tom Basili, and they're taking on our round 2 champs. That is the host of the Mark Halprin Focus Group, Mark Halprin, joining us live, along with the co-host of National Report, weekdays at 9 a.m. Check it out. Emma Reckenberg live for us. Hey, guys, how you doing? I know you know the rules here already. You've made it this far, and we're excited that you've done so. Remember, I'm going to read out the questions to you. You're going to hold up the corresponding letter if you think it's A, B, C, or D. This is all multiple choice. We're going to dive right in. The first question is this. Across the country, local stations assign reporters to hospitals to break the news of the first baby born in the new year. Now, New Year's babies, they're supposed to be good luck. Some families receive gifts for having a New Year's baby. But get this, no U.S. presidents were New Year's babies, but which president came closest with the earliest January birthday? Here are your options. Was it A, Richard Nixon, B. Millard Fillmore, C. Franklin Roosevelt, or D. William Harrison? Again, which president came closest to being born to New Year's? It would be January birthdays. A. Richard Nixon, B. Millard Fillmore, C. Franklin Roosevelt, or D. William Harrison. You may show me your answers now. All right, we've got Emma says B, and we have Lindsay that says D. We have Mark that says A. We have Tom Basili that says B. We have two winners here. The answer is B, Millard Fillmore, January 7th, 1800. You've got Tom Basili, Emma Reckenberg coming out strong on that. Emma, how did you know that?
Gut feeling there, Shaun. Millard, it just sounds like a winter-based name. You know, you're going to have a baby in January. That's the name I'm choosing.
You went with it, Lindsay Keith. How about that? We got some competition stirring up.
I know. Let's go, Mark.
All right, Mark, how do you feel? You getting the energy? You ready for this next one?
That's the pregame. I'm ready for the real questions. Let's get going.
There you go. There you go. That was just the warm-up. Let's dive into the second one. Let's see what you guys got, because this is for it all here. You're going to have 3 questions. So here's the second one. And play along at home. Here it is. The coronavirus pandemic caused the postponement of almost all major sports competitions across the United States. But which league was the first to resume action? Here are your options. Was it A, Major League Soccer, B, NASCAR, C, NHL or hockey, or D, MLB or baseball? Again, which one resumed the first during the coronavirus pandemic? A, baseball, B, race cars, C, hockey, D, baseball. You may show me your answers now. All right, Emma says C, Lindsay says B, Mark Halpern says B, Tom Basili says C. So 2 of you are right, 2 of you are wrong. And I'll tell you, the answer is B, NASCAR. NASCAR was the first to return with a race at Darlington Speedway in South Carolina on May 17th. Mark Halpern, you got it.
Well, here's how I got it. 2 reasons. One is I remember it, and 2, they're in cars.
That's very true.
So of course they could go first.
Tom Basili.
No, it makes perfect sense.
You know, Emma, I thought about you. I thought about Emma on this one because you and I had covered this. Remember, we talked about the race cars. I put that in there. I thought maybe you'd get that one.
Shaun, I'm so sorry to let you down. Come on, give me a chance to
You're gonna
keep me
have
on as your co-host.
Come on.
All right, you're all gonna have.
Shaun, you always take the sports stories. That's definitely your forte.
I didn't put the Dallas Cowboys in this one because I know a lot of folks turn the channel. But I did put that one in there this time. Guys, listen, before we get to the third round, here we are in the midst of 2021, just a few minutes in the brand new year. I've got to ask you first and foremost, Lindsay Keith, how was your New Year's, ringing it in? How are you feeling tonight? And moving really into a brand new year.
Oh, I feel great. You know what? There's a lot of excitement going into this year. I'm glad to have 2020 behind us officially. You know, I like to enjoy every moment in life, but 2020 brought a lot of negative things with it. So excited for the new year. It's been great so far, able to spend it with my nieces. So it's amazing.
Tom Basili, what are you looking forward to most in this new year?
Oh, look, there's just so much is gonna be happening. You know, we have a presidential inauguration coming up, and we've got some good things going on with my kids over the course of the winter and into the spring. And yeah, we're I'm just thrilled that 2020 is behind us, and I have a very positive outlook for 2021. I really feel good about the year.
Mark Halpern, we really do need some positivity as we move in. For those that watch your focus groups and they've seen you as a panelist on all these shows, tell us something that they don't know about you, what you're looking forward to moving into a brand new year and saying goodbye 2020.
Well, what I'm looking forward to is trying to find a way for the country to go forward together. 2020 was a year of possible togetherness for America. I think we failed too often on that front. So I'm looking forward to finding a way to find a dialogue so even when people disagree, they're not so disagreeable.
Emma Reckenberg, I've got to say, I'm a little biased. I'm excited that you made it to the final round. You beat everyone out. I did not feed her the answers, just to know everyone understands that, but her and I work together every single day. What are you looking forward to moving into 2021? You and I started National Report together. We got through the first year of it, and we had a lot of bumps along the way. But this year, this is one that you could say this could be your year.
Oh, I hope so. I definitely hope so. I'm not setting the expectations too high just because there's no need to be disappointed. So that's great because people have a chance to really achieve something and appreciate the small achievements in life, right? We got to take things just a step at a time. Take advantage of the opportunities to reach out to those who you haven't connected with this past year. Say hello. And, also, truly, Shaun, this year, I am trying to support those small local businesses this year. Instead of ordering something online that's going to arrive at my house in 2 days, I'm going to take the extra step to try to go out to the community, make a friend, make a personal interaction, and support those who are struggling. That's my plan.
Give that money out there, support it. And let me tell you, you talk about achievements. Well, here is the final achievement here. We are tied right now. Everyone's got 1 point apiece. It could all be decided right now at this very moment. Believe it or not, you guys have been really consecutive. So I'm going to dive right in here. There's the third question that I'm going to bring up. Before I do, you're going to get bragging rights at Newsmax. For you guys at home playing along as well, you're going to get bragging rights playing with us here. But I got to tell you, I've got a gift for you. Hold on 1 second. Pop right up here. Boom. You're getting a Newsmax mug. Budget was tight, baby, but I got you that coffee mug. You see that?
We need that this morning.
I know. We talked about this all the time. So anybody that wins, this is your mug. You got to share it, though. Obviously, you only got one right now.
Just sign it. I have your signature on it, Shaun.
All right. Yeah, we'll do it. We're going to make it happen. Here we go. You guys ready? The third question, the final question. Here it is. Joe Biden pulled a gaffe earlier this year when he seemed to forget where he went to college. Which school did Biden claim to have gotten his start? Which one did he claim he got a start at? Was it A, University of Scranton, B, Delaware State University, C, University of Delaware, or D, Delaware College? Again, which one did Biden state that he went to college? Was it, again, A, University of Scranton, B, Delaware State University, C, University of Delaware, or D, Delaware College? You may show me your answers. All right. And here we go. They are all in now. Emma says C, Mark says D, Lindsay says A, and Tom says D. Well, the answer is none other than B. No one got this right. Delaware State University, known as one of the nation's premier HBCUs, historically black universities. Biden said, I got started out of a HBCU, Delaware State, but I actually attended the University of Delaware. I got to be honest here. I wasn't prepared for no one to get this answer. I thought one of you would get it. So what we have to do now, if I had some music, I'd fire it in there right now because we've got to do a tiebreaker. All right? This one's going to be out of the ballpark here. I don't believe I've got a multiple choice for you, so what I'm going to do is ask you to remember your answer, and I'm going to go one by one and ask you. So here's the tiebreaker, which I can't believe we made it this far. The tiebreaker is this. The question, the left often refers to President Trump as a reality TV star. But how many movies, according to IMDb, has Donald Trump actually been in? The closest one to the answer is going to get to take the whole enchilada home. How many movies has your president been in? Think of an answer in your head, and I'm going to go one by one, starting with Emma, and whoever's closest, you're going to be the winner of the whole thing. You guys ready to do it? How many movies has the president been in? Emma Reckenberg.
Okay, Shaun, he has served 4 years in office. I'm going to go with 4.
Okay, Emma says 4. Mark Halperin, how many movies has the president been in?
Precisely 7, Shaun.
All right, Lindsay Keith, your thought?
12.
All right, and Tom Basili, your thoughts?
I was just going to say 1.
All right, you say 1. Remember, whoever's closest wins the whole thing. President Donald Trump and also just Donald Trump beforehand All in all, according to IMDb, how many movies has he been in? The answer is 13. Lindsay Keith takes it home, and she guessed number 12. Lindsay Keith is our winner of the 2020 KRAISMAN Quiz. Congratulations to you, Lindsay. Give us your speech. Give it up for Lindsay Keith. How you feeling?
You know what? There's nothing like starting 2020 out right. I knew it was going to be a good year. I didn't know it was going to be this good. So I think this is a good luck sign for the year to come.
It really is. Anybody that wants to win anything, by the way, had to come up, pop up. You're going to get your Newsmax mug. You only drank out of it a couple times. Don't worry, I'll wipe it up. We'll get it mailed, shipped to you. That's going to do it for this 2020 KRAISMAN Quiz. I hope you had a good time playing with us as we're here in 2021 already. Thank you so much to all the 4 contestants today. We had so much fun with you. Remember, you can always catch them right here on Newsmax TV. Congrats.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Shaun.
Newsmax TV is now America's fastest growing cable news channel. We give you the real news you need. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Newsmax TV streams live on YouTube for free. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.